and welcome back to a brand new video. So it's like blue sky, totally different from this morning, yesterday, but it is a bit of a choppy sea out there. Come and join me on this one. So we're just going to start the video off just near Central Pier. You can see the pier is all open, and this one's more of like the family entertainment, but it is a bit of a rough sea, and the high tide is in around an hour's time, but it is getting quite choppy. In fact, we'll see if we can squeeze underneath the Central Pier. And you see, like I said, how choppy it's actually getting today. You see the old spoons, the old lollipops as people come there. A bit of a 45-degree angle once again. And along the seafront you always get the winds. People don't realise, you know, along here it gets very, very blowy, and you see all the debris, bits of seaweed, all sorts, what gets washed up. That means the old branches also being washed up. It's fantastic just watching the sea. Really is incredible. Look at that, and you see the tower. Look at the white clouds and the blue sky. Absolutely incredible. So we have just crossed over. It's absolutely bitterly cold. You can certainly see the change of season. I guess like these little places certainly warm you up and do the hot chips and all the foods. So it's going to make our way along the promenade. Like I mentioned, absolutely bitterly cold day today. It's one of those you're going to be digging the old scarf and gloves out. It's getting that weather again, and you do miss the old sunshine. You see all the old horse and carriages. Look, they've got they have coats on the horses. Look at that. Keep them warm as they're waiting. So Blackpool, you know, despite basically the season over, there's still plenty of people about, and all these little shops, you see here, everyone sort of jumps in them. Guess they're the souvenirs, I've said many a time. And if the weather is getting a little cold for you again, you got all the amusements, you know, the Golden Mile, Coral Island, the biggest in the UK, in fact one of the biggest in Europe, I do believe. So like I say, if you are a little nippy, you can get in there. They've got sort of breakfasts, lunch, all sorts. But what's on in Blackpool? So we've got the Light Pool Festival, and that's on till the 1st of November, I do believe. We've got the illuminations, and then we've got Christmas by the Sea, which is going to be happening very, very soon. That's a fantastic one. But like I said, you can still see plenty of people, you know, walking about, just enjoying themselves this weekend. So this one here, the Blackpool Rock, we've probably filmed it many a time as we're walking about, but these guys open the crack of dawn, and I believe there's even open Christmas Day. How about that, Christmas Day? So, you know, you think, you know, many people, you know, wouldn't be open, but I do believe these open, like I said, even for that special day. That's incredible. I mean, many people, you know, they have a bit of a walk before the Christmas dinner, and like I said, you know, I'll be just on holiday grabbing the souvenirs. So we just crossed over to the other side of the promenade. You see lots of people queuing for the tram, taking them to Cleveland, possibly Fleetwood, or on the way back. So like I said, we're going to have a quick look near the comedy carpet. There's not much to see. Normally at night time it's far better, like I said, all the lights, and the atmosphere is totally different to the daytime. Daytime you see people pottering about, possibly going to like SeaWorld, the tower, whereas nighttime more people out walking, taking the wonderful atmosphere in. So just looking back towards the central pier, you can just see the sun right over the big wheel. How wonderful again does that look? Some smashing colours coming out today. And just looking back down the old tram tracks, and you can see all the flags either side waving in the strong gusts. And the further up you go, more towards like the north side, you can see all the different flags. You've got the old Scottish flags, the Irish flags, and here obviously you've got the Union Jacks and the old English flags, and they're swaying in the wind. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to head over a bit more towards the north side for this high tide. So I was going to have a walk down Dale Street because the old famous burger, Chris Higgett's, fantastic guy, always chatting away, and he's always got something to say, and he's going to be hanging his boots up very, very shortly for another season. So he's worked hard all season. Just see some of the people queued up, waiting to get a bite of that famous, iconic pound burger, and a bit of history as well, because I believe he's been serving for over 20 years. There's been many burgers. For example, the prime burger, he sprung up, and now he's doubled his prices to £2. But Chris, he's always kept his prices very, very low. So we're going to have a bit of a chat with him later on. And we just headed over a little more towards the north side, and as soon as basically we sort of like jumped out of the car, you can see the old hotel, the old Moorfield Hotel, and this one has been closed down for many, many years. There was a bit of controversy with this one, so I'll pop the link to the story in there. But yeah, this one, like I said, is sadly gone, and you can just see the old pigeons are now moved in, and like I said, it's sort of sad times. Like I said, it used to be a lovely little hotel, and this is the only one on the north side was actually gone. So I wonder what will happen to this one. Like I said, the old pigeons have now moved in here. So we're just standing where the old New Hackett's Hotel used to be, and there's the cliffs you see in the background. And I'm actually joined by Daily Vlog Adventures. You want to say hello? Hi everyone. Hope you're all having a great weekend. So like I said, this is the site. You can see still some remnants of the bits, and it seems like a bit of a fly tipping going on here. So like I said, we'll have a bit of a look around. Like I said, this has been now since the demolition has been sort of surfaced, and it looks like a Type 2 possibly. And like I said, you can see where the hotel used to adjoin. You see the old piles, and not too sure what's this thing here. It's like not too sure what that sort of round thing is there, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, this is where the New Hackett's Hotel used to be, and I wonder what's gonna end up here. So it is a car park. They have got a pay and display meter, although I don't think anybody really parks in here now. So I'd imagine, I'm not too sure if all this wood, you know, did come out. I'd imagine they've cleared it, unless it's just by sort of people fly tipping out. That's an interesting one. Like I said, this is just the side of the hotel. It doesn't look exactly appealing now, does it? Wow. And just a little bit of a shot near the old boat pool now, the go-kart track. You can just see the old fisherman down there fishing in these choppy seas. Wonder what he's possibly catch. Look at that. It's a little wild out there. So that is the end of today's video. Just a bit of a drive to end it just going past all these hotels here, the Tiffany, the Claremont, and then we'll come up to the Imperial Hotel, all on the right side, some magnificent ones, you know, where you can stay in Blackpool. And it's amazing, like I said, just waking up to a wonderful sunrise and going to bed to a wonderful sunset, despite the clocks going back, I guess, now, so you won't be going to bed about 5 o'clock, but, you know, imagine sort of having your dinner out of the window, just watching that. Absolutely incredible. So don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button, you'll be notified of all the upcoming videos. So there's plenty more still to look forward to in Blackpool as we just finish the video. Let's have a bit of a drive down the promenade leading past the Gin Square towards Bisbam. And funnily enough, I've actually only seen a couple of the old heritage trams, so unless they only run just for a few hours in the evening, that's an interesting one. So I don't think they run through the day, and it's certainly a bit choppy, the old sea today. And I did put a bit of a short up on Facebook, to be fair, because I got caught off guard. The whole wave went right over me. Luckily my back was towards the wave, but yeah, I got a little soaked. So like I say, some wonderful little hotels, or big hotels along here. You got the Cliff, Granada Apartments, the Savoy, some fantastic ones, the Sheraton, the Doric, and that's got an indoor and outdoor swimming pool, that one. So that'll be great, especially in the summertime. You know, you can have a bit of a swim, you know, outdoors. Not a lot of hotels actually have swimming pools outdoors nowadays, unless you go in like abroad, like Benidorm, Tenerife, you know, where it's basically is for the swimming and just staying around the resort. So like I said, that's a great one, the Doric Hotel. And apparently just on the right hand side we've got the casino, Genting Casino, and that used to be, I believe, a nursing home back in its day. How incredible. Imagine that, you know, if you was an old elderly person and you was staying there, the views. Oh, what's going on here? It's like she's brisking it a little bit. Look at that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, it's the end of the video. And if you ever never visited Blackpool, definitely worth visiting. Some great things, and you got all the wonderful boards, what we're just going past on the left hand side, and these light up absolutely beautiful in the evening time. Nothing better than grabbing a bag of chips and having a bit of a stroll along. So until next time, look after yourselves, take care. It is a bye from me, and it's a bye from Blackpool. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.